Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Top 10 Trends in Retail Banking and Payments 2020, Transforming by Elevating the Customer Experience, presented by Aite Group's Retail Banking and Payments practice, which is led by Research Director David Albertazzi. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's speakers. Our main host and first presenter is David Albertazzi, Research Director of our Retail Banking and Payments practice, where he focuses on retail bank channels and core banking technologies. He specializes in technology solutions used by banks and credit unions to support their mobile banking, online banking, branch, ATM, and call center channels, and he assesses the strategies and technology implementations of financial institutions of all sizes. Joining David, we have an expert lineup of senior analysts, including Tali Baker, Tiffany Montez, Leslie Parrish, Thad Peterson, David Shipper, Ron Van Wezel, and Research Associate Francisco Alvarez Evangelista. So without further ado, I'll now turn the mic over to David. Thank you again for joining us and enjoy today's webinar.
Thank you, Siobhan, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for spending an hour of your valuable time with us. We're going to spend the next 45 minutes or so walking through what we see as some of the top 10 trends driving the retail banking and payments environment in 2020. As Siobhan mentioned, we have a great lineup of speakers, and today's presentation is meant to provide a high-level snapshot of the industry, and we'll make sure that we leave some time at the end for answering any questions you might have. So feel free to input those into the questions panel. And for those of you that are clients, please reach out to us at any time after the webinar, and we'll be happy to take a deeper dive into any of the topics we will cover today. So what an exciting time it is to be part of the retail banking and payments industry. There are so many changes taking place. The subtitle of this year's report, as Siobhan mentioned, is Transforming by Elevating the Customer Experience, which I think highlight the fact that it's becoming harder to understand consumers' increasingly complex path to transact, including with channels they use to explore, which channels they use to buy, and ultimately engage. It has become a challenging quest for the entire ecosystem and market participants. Financial institutions, billers, merchants, payment providers, networks, most focus on customer experience. Consumer demands and expectations continue to evolve, and the use of technology in our personal lives started to increase a few years back. That has now raised the bar for expectations around user experience. The true opportunity for differentiation really is how banking and payment capabilities are being delivered. And in many markets, we see that usability trumps functionality. So the challenger bank success we're seeing across the globe, as an example, is already teaching us that commitment to customer experience is paramount and maybe the biggest competitive advantage left. These emerging fintech providers continue to disrupt traditional financial institutions and traditional players, forcing them to reevaluate their strategies as well as their product offerings. Financial institutions and payment companies are now focused on making every interaction and every transaction as simple and streamlined as possible.